Hello everyone, my name is Midday. I'm here with two of the other game sages from our US server. This is Lally.
Hi!
And we've got
How is
Sarmis.
everybody?
Me, I'm here again.
We love you, Sarmis.
Well, I love the both of you too, and of course everyone.
We're super excited for the new patch. I think what everybody's most excited for is probably the Holy Chest Awakening. That's a whole lot of new stats on the table for everybody. But don't get too excited about that because we still have new dungeons and new timed dungeons. Oh man, there's so much fun stuff in this patch, so we just want to go over it a little bit. You guys
This
ready?
is actually fun.
You guys ready to rock and roll here?
I am ready to rock and roll.
So our first thing is the new Otherworld instances. Are we gonna go party or hell?
I don't think it really matters, like we've discussed prior. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, okay, we're going this one. I
so
like
while
a challenge.
Samus decides, I've dressed up today as a Festival Elizabeth a little bit. I hope you guys can see it not too bad on the camera here. I'm trying to channel the good energy so she comes home to me pretty quickly here. Samus went down.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
So this is a familiar dungeon. You've probably been here a lot of times when you're trying to get ready for your awakening, but it's time to come back. I think one of the things I like most about this dungeon is that every time you beat a mob, you've got a chance to get a buff.
Yes. I love those buffs. I wish we had them in every dungeon.
It's a pretty friendly dungeon.
Petition to put these buffs in every dungeon.
Oh, we've got
We do have debuffs for the dungeon. So, oh, right. Move speed.
Oh, I don't have move speed. Oh well, let's go.
It's fine. All right.
These guys aren't too tough.
Don't mind me. Ups.
So the mechanics of these bosses aren't any different from the way they were when you fought them before. On the first boss, you can get a buff for your crit rate, I believe, by beating those little guys, but we don't need it because we're strong. Oh, sorry, it's crit damage.
It's at damage and crit damage. It stacks up to 10 times and lasts for 30 seconds.
So if you're struggling on the new S15 dungeons that were added in the last patch, these ones are significantly more friendly, so you might be able to grind here a little bit easier than in the other ones. And we're very strong, so Urinin didn't stand a chance, but if he jumps up into the sky, you just need to beat his 3 little spawns. Same as in the other version.
Yeah, and each of his little doppelgangers, his ne'er-do-well doppelgangers, gives some debuffs that last for a little bit. but since we're obviously very, very powerful, we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I think this is my first time doing a stream on my whip character. So.
Oh
Or
yeah, it is.
Since we've
That's exciting.
since we've been doing mostly on bow before, because I finally got my whip character up to S15 to be able to enter all the new content. I am still really loving whip. It's a great class. That was the most recently added one. Alright, we got our chest here. Some new trophies and the trophy formulas, as well as forbidden fragments, which are going to be a pretty big important commodity right now. So if you're looking for ways to make gold, forbidden fragments is the way to go.
Yes, and not to forget, the jade drops in these dungeons is actually really good.
Oh,
So,
really?
you know, for people still making cores and stuff like that, definitely recommend you run these dungeons all the time. I find that the jade drops actually a lot more than they do in the regular S15s. Maybe that's just me, but I really did like that.
I actually agree with this. I believe that the Jades drop significantly higher than compared to the normal dungeons as well.
Alright, we're
For
on.
those that love that core making business,
Oh, I got really
gamble,
lucky on cores the other day.
or just make your own like me, you gotta run these dungeons.
Oh man, yesterday? Or maybe it was 2 days ago now. Time doesn't mean anything anymore. I managed to get myself a bestial core on the first craft for my S20 armor that I cannot use yet, but I'm very excited to use.
I think I stopped crafting a while ago. I just been giving some materials to a friend of mine. So
Oh, that's very nice of you.
yeah, you can see I'm a very generous person.
Yeah, Sarmus is always so nice to his friends.
Except when they're not nice, then I will go into full-on moose mode.
You're the moose?
Will come
I
out.
am the moose, and I am also the shepherd. I herd a lot of sheep, as the both of you are aware.
This is one gorgeous dungeon if you look around, eh? The statues?
Statues, this big, scaly dragon creature.
Oh my. And one of the really nice drops about this dungeon, we get advanced as level 1 enchantments as well. I just got one.
Oh, open it, open it! What'd you get?
Let me see. Come on, orangey. So helmet. Oh, I got HP. Oh,
Nice.
that's not bad. That's really good.
That.
4% HP, very nice on the S level 1 ones.
So it's another way to kind of like make a buck and farm those for your own gear. And a lot of people are making gear right now, either S10 or S20, so
Ooh, I just got
it's a
one
good
too.
way to get those easily. Hmm?
I just got my hands on a S level 1 speed enchantment, so their drop rate seems to be pretty nice here.
We can use a lot of rocks.
Although I'm gonna need that RNG blessing for my for holy testing. Now we didn't get any spawns, but in this dungeon, same as the S level 5 ones, you can get Tyr and Mimiki. But the most important one is Tyr, of course. I am not biased. Tyr is the best Eidolon.
Totally not biased.
Okay, so another thing that was added in the most recent patch was the nightmare timers for Frost Prison. So now you can race against everybody else in the server to see who can clear it the fastest.
In other words, it's mostly just bragging rights.
Move speed is currently the meta.
Yeah, and people say move speed is useless.
Well, I do use Bestial because I'm not quite strong enough to handle full move speed build, but the
I mean, I do have one myself, but I rarely even need it.
So once we start moving, the timer will start counting, and the party leader will be the person that ends up on the leaderboard.
Yes. I had two instances of that actually happening. Because I had two friends that ran this dungeon on their own separate time, and because I was party lead, I was the one that ended up on the leaderboard.
Stolen valor.
That's quite nice. That's a nice way to get on
Yeah,
the
I mean, I was not expecting that to happen, because I didn't think that would happen. But now that it's happened, I feel really bad, because I didn't even enter the dungeon.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beat their time in order to take that back.
You're right.
That power back.
You're right. I can't have this stolen valor.
You're just gonna have to beat their time.
I think the big thing here is going to be move speed because the cutscenes to trigger the bosses are quite long.
But the bosses don't last very long themselves.
That was quite squishy from what I remember. But I think the last time I ran this was like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago. I don't know. It was a while.
Yeah, I remember the first time that I ever did this. I was not even prepared the slightest, and I think it took me like just a little over 40 minutes to clear it.
Whew.
But nowadays, yeah, we have times like these, like under 2 minutes, under 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably running somewhere around 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
I'm
That's my
more
estimate.
confident to say it'll be around, well, not under 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I'd probably say maybe under 2 minutes and 50.
Just gotta rush that last boss, trigger the scene.
Right. And one thing that I've also want to throw out there, and I think that you are also a good supporter on this, but a friend of mine also wanted to see if we could do like this kind of like format with like the timed dungeons, but for Nightmare Ancient Cliff Temple.
That's the toughest one we've got right now. I can see that being pretty exciting to see, but
Now that's right.
we have passed on the feedback to the team because I think that would be exciting. See if
I personally think it would be very exciting because that's the nightmare I love to run very frequently.
Alright, so we're above 230. Can we hit 250?
Yeah, I think maybe possible. You just gotta kill it as soon as it spawns and
Oh, I called it!
did it.
49!
So every hour, the update shows up on your leaderboard here under the Dungeon Master. We weren't fast enough to be able to push Sarmis, who currently holds the 8th rank in his Stolen Valor run. But with some more move speed, I think we'd be able to handle that one pretty well. There is also solo mode, which is broken up by class. You can see that I did 2 minutes and 50 seconds on my solo mode, so that's why I guess 250.
And you can also see mine where I did it in 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Although I plan on improving that time.
So you can compare
And
how you're
you
doing
can
against other
also-
people's classes. Oh, sorry about
You
that.
can also not see me on the ring.
First thing I did yesterday was run it once I saw that Sarmis and I were able to appear on the rankings here, because normally
Yes.
SGSs don't get to show up on any of the leaderboards. There's
But now
there's
we
prizes,
can.
but there's no prizes, but I get to show off my my whip cred.
Yeah, we finally get to show off that we can flex.
So one of the biggest additions in terms of stats that we've got on this patch is the Holy Chest. So if you're not familiar, or you haven't looked at it since the patch started, you might open up your Holy Chest and freak out seeing no weapons here, but that's just because from now on you don't need to switch your chest between all your different characters. In your warehouse, don't look too closely at mine, it's a mess. At the very end, you'll have a new bank that you can't put items in, it's just temporary, but this is all the items that were on all your characters' holy chests before, so you can pick out the ones that you want to put into your new holy chest, which you no longer need to transfer between all your characters, which is so nice, because that's 9 less items to move when you run multiple characters.
Yay!
But of course, the big draw is the Holy Chest Awakening. So once you got your 9 weapons in there, we have the Awakening Holy Chest. and this is where you must sacrifice your weapons in order to attempt to unlock new levels. And there's 50, but holy crap, is 50 worth it? So let's give it a shot, shall we? I prepared one special sacrifice for today.
I put away my drum kit for the time being, so I can't do a drum roll.
All right, we've only got a 40.8% chance of success here. Forts are very expensive right now, so please.
You have the moose blessing.
Oh, it failed. Well, that's one down.
man.
I've got a couple more weapons ready to fortify once I can afford to buy forts. But basically, what you have to do is feed a whole bunch of weapons into your chest, sacrifice them to the RNG for a chance to get your awakening. It's very expensive, but it builds up over time, and once you get to the end, it'll be completely worth every bit of it, because that's across all of your characters.
I've also provided a probability table on the AKUS Discord if you want to see all the probabilities for weapon levels as well as fort levels.
Yes,
See
so you get
how-
your, level of the
how
weapon
likely
as
you
well
are
as the
to
fort level affects
succeed.
it.
Yes.
That's right. It was a very nice table that was made by someone very dear to Lotus's heart.
But it was a
and
secret
it's
who
very
it is,
pretty.
apparently.
Yes, it's a super secret, but it's very pretty, and it's posted on our Discord. So if you can look in under, I think AK discussions, it's pinned in there, and it has the accurate percentages. So you don't have to just kind of, fort and then look and then fort and look. You can just kind of look on that table and see what you're gonna get.
And that'll help you decide how many forts you need to buy when you're trying to get all your weapons ready to go. Otherwise, those are, I think, the big content things for most players, but there's a small subsection of players that are going to be very happy about this patch, and that's because there was the Rockstar balance. I personally haven't played Rockstar in quite a while. I've got one that I use to help people out with a certain quest, but otherwise, I haven't used Rockstar very much, so I haven't looked too much into it, but the details of the Rockstar rebalance will be very, very important to everybody playing that class, so make sure to check out the patch notes for all the nitty-gritty details. I could probably open it up and read it for you, but that's not very exciting. We also have the event in Navia at 5 p.m., which we unfortunately can't show you today because it's not 5 p.m. The top award for, where is it? The Hero Points ranking has been adjusted. You can now get Kaiser Zeta's Soul, which allows you to become the Gundam of your dreams? Or Transformer? I don't know.
From what I remember, is that you fight the Gundam of your nightmares. Even though it's not really that strong.
And if he is too strong, don't worry, you've got 3 God's Halberds, which are the one-shot kill item. Kills anything in one shot.
Well, mostly everything in one shot.
Yeah, if you try using it on the bonus boss inside the Elite Sky Tower, it won't work. We did try that.
Yeah. I did too.
Who wouldn't?
I was so excited for it too, and when it didn't work, I was like, just in tears actually.
One other thing that was added was a new Mirabelle quest for 5 players, but unfortunately you need exactly 5 players, and we've only got 3 today, so we won't be able to show that off.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, and the Demon King fantasies. I didn't miss that. If you head over to Ventos Prairie... Yep, I scrolled too far. There's so many maps now. There's so much stuff in this game right now. Head on over here and talk to this guy. You can open up the Demon King Fantasies. These are unique battles that you can do as some fancy enemy characters that normally you'd have to be fighting for a chance to get your hands on some nice mounts, some pets, some transmogs. There is a ton of stuff that you can get from these. And if your main complaint before was that the drop rate was too low, that is now not going to be a complaint anymore because they've upped the drop rate on the items that you need to get those mounts and included the fragments that you need to be able to trade with this guy for the guaranteed mounts. So no longer do you have to sit here worrying that you're never going to get your hands on these because RNG doesn't like you. You'll get a lot more chances and even guaranteed fragments of those mounts, so you can get your hands on those flex mounts because you can't get them any other way. It's all about the flex, right?
It also begs me to reiterate one of my statements. I remember hearing about that Astral Dragon mount being a thing, and I thought it was originally in HST, but that wasn't the case. I think I may have misheard that, but now that it's actually a mount in that Demon Fantasy Kings thing, whoever wants it, you may have a chance to get it now.
Not just a chance, guaranteed that if you do it enough times, you will have enough fragments to be able to get your hands on this on the mount for the Astral Dragon, which is
everybody's
amazing.
excited about the mount, but I really just want the transmorg. Like, that's my dream. I want to be the dragon. I don't want to ride the dragon.
I want to be the dragon.
I want to be the dragon.
You know what? I think you've sold
really
me. I want to be the dragon too now.
Yes.
I see we have a stream sniper making me into a present. But I think that is all that we have for you today. So you've got the party modes for the Otherworld dungeons. You've got the new Demon King Fantasy here, where you can become the dragon or ride the dragon, depending whether you're a Lally or a Sarmus. You've got the Holy Chest Awakening, which is going to be a big grind for a big payout. And you've got the timed dungeons, so that you can flex on your friends for being the fastest one to run it, or you can steal Valor like Sarmus.
That was unintentional. Also, I wouldn't also mind being the dragon as well.
To be honest, once the option to become a dragon is on the table, it's not really that hard to pivot decision, right?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sways your decision in the favor of becoming a dragon rather than controlling a dragon.
But anyway,
its back.
I think that's about it for the day. Yep. There we have someone becoming the dragon today. Now, Lotus is just giving me some secret tips on the side here, so just hold on 1 minute.
I see you became a present.
Yes, because a certain person came here and decided they wanted to be a dragon and turn me into a present. I'm on channel 3 if anyone else wants to show up.
Hey, they turned you into... Christmas isn't for another 10 months!
I've got some snowballs stuck in my inventory as well, so I'll get them back. I know who it was.
Excellent.
Revenge will be sweet and cold. Oh. We got Argus there.
Oh, you know what? We can actually preview them. Hold on a second here. This is the dragon mount that you can get. That is actually amazing. I love that.
That's amazing. But that's Argus, no?
No, this is the Astral Dragon that I've got up right now.
Really?
There's a person who's
It was the
Argus.
little...
There's an Argus wandering around, but I pulled up the preview for the Astral Dragon
Oh,
so
okay.
you guys can see.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm excited about the blue dragon.
That's a big bony dragon right there.
We have a lot of people showing up having fun with and now that we've told them what channel we're on. These are the kind of items you can get from the Dragon King Fantasies, and as it was noted in the patch notes, they have increased the drop rate of the nice items. I know before it was kind of 50G for a chance that wasn't that great, but now it is a bit higher. So everybody that's wanting to get their hands on this fancy new mount, which is now me. I am now one of the people that wants to get my hands on this fancy new
That's
mount.
beautiful.
Make sure to check it out and get your fragments to fuse it together, or you might get lucky with RNG and just get the whole thing right out. But I think that is it that we have for you today. So I know that they said that if we got up to 200 viewers, we would have a buff for the weekend, but I do not have that open, so I can't tell how many people we have watching. But regardless, I'm really thankful for all of you guys that came out here. And I'm counting on your guys' blessings and thoughts to be able to get my hands on Festival Elizabeth soon, because as you can see, I'm very excited for her. I've been Midday, and this is Sarmus and Mali that have been chatting with me here today.
But that is us.
Thanks for coming, guys.
It's a
And
pleasure.
and we'll see you next time when we've got another stream event or a patch coming up.